Hello, this is New Vision TV. I'm Lynn Komjisha, and here's what's making news. The people of Loriko in the border town of Elegu are yet to get a local Council 1 chairperson due to tribal differences. According to the Amuru District Electoral Commission, the elections were held twice, but on both occasions, violence erupted and voting materials were destroyed. Unfortunately, no date has been scheduled for the next elections. We have more. This is Elegu Town Council. On the inside, it looks like a Kampala slum prone to flooding. It's dirty, filthy, with muddy back streets. According to leaders, this is a multi-tribal town divided based on tribe, and this led to the tribal disagreements which 3 months ago foiled the local Council 1 elections in Loriko West twice.
The problem came at Elegu, Loriko West election never do well because of some caveat. We started before election. I know that is come maybe tribalism that bring that caveat of election in Loriko West.
Okema, who has been a leader of Elegu since 2013, says tribalism led to violence because the Choli, Madi, Baganda, Lugbar, and other tribes all want a local Council 1 of their tribe.
The tribalism, even like Lugbar, they are one that will be chairman LC1, Madi is one that will be chairman LC1, actually is one that will be chairman LC1. And this Bagiso and Banyankole, we are called Bagana. So this the problem is we are getting from this Inani, this Kabila.
Elegu is a business hotbed. Cross-border transactions with South Sudan are thriving. Okema, who patrols this town on foot, adds that the administration burden of Loriko West has been left to him and the local Council 2 chairman Lobozi Godfrey. However, Lobozi claims that the elections were cancelled because of malpractice and rigging.
Bagenda kera nitudamu okulonda obuto batata balala bajja bana bali besimbi ne bakwata empapula ne baziyuza z'abalondesanga ate bintu ne bicankana kuolu nga waliwo okunywa omusaayi ne tubiyimiriza ate wabaawo okunywa omusaayi.
Meanwhile, on a phone interview, the Amuru District Electoral Commission Registrar Samuel Olet, who oversaw the failed elections, insists that on both occasions, people who were not registered wanted to vote by force, destroying Electoral Commission materials in the process.
They were not appearing on the village register, so they wanted to just be allowed to vote without necessarily being on the register. We had to postpone that because it was tending chaotic when people started demonstrating, so we had to postpone that to another date. When we pushed it again the second time, it failed because the same people came back and started interfering with the process. In the process, I think they also carried and tore our register. So for now, that place has remained vacant, and we expect to conduct it later on, but of course after again engaging the stakeholders.
Over 3 months after the country conducted the local council elections, the LC3 chairman Okema says the CAO instructed the Bibia West LC1 Dominic Bilal to manage Loriko West. However, he calls for a quick intervention as criminals now use tribalism in Elegu as an excuse.
After sharing LC1, the CAO gave authority to the LC1 Bibia West. Is managing Elegu Loriko West. Is called Dominic be learned.
With no date set for yet other elections, this international border locality remains without formal administration. Moving on, the rise of different social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Tumblr, among others, has drastically seen a far-reaching change in the way information is received, processed and shared. During a Kampala Geopolitics Conference 2018 held at Makerere University, one of the discussions held revolved around social media, fake news and online manipulations as a belief winning over reason. Take a look. This is because the media ethics rules such as accuracy, fairness and balanced stories are not considered, giving room to fake news.
Well, that to me is propaganda, and we have to be aware of that and pick it out.
Dickens Okello, a journalist and Secretary General of the Uganda Parliamentary Press Association, attended the conference with the purpose of handling fake news and how it affects the flow of information and how bullies and emotions are taking over the rationale. Okello notes that long ago, stories were through mainstream media.
Has really changed the trend of information. Before this, we used to have stories only coming from the mainstream media. From the mainstream media, stories pass through different people. There's always check and balance before stories publish. But now, anybody from anywhere just tap on their phone, get to an application, either Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the rest, and they drop wherever is there, and the whole world picks it.
He adds that without the use of mainstream media, a number of people, especially the youth, end up consuming fake news, which in turn affects decision making.
Now we hear what's trending. Something can be trending when it's not actually the real thing, when it's fake. So that one make youth go for the different decisions what they shouldn't have taken. Youths are now consuming the information they shouldn't have taken.
Sleevy Matley, Deputy Director, Institute for International and Strategic Affairs, said the politicians, citizens and journalists ought to learn how to manage fake news.
To answer to your question, often politics and political leaders can answer to fake news and react to fake news. I think you're right when you ask that question, because we are in the moment that we have to learn how to manage fake news for political leaders, for citizens, also for journalists. How can they work checking that the news to evolve?
Fake news is a result of people trying to discuss and think about everything.
As people more and more skeptical, trying to discuss everything, trying to think about everything.
She advises media practitioners to become more skeptical of how they acquire their news, to practice media ethical standards.
But today, that kind of conversation exists on Twitter. Then you touch not only the people that are in the bar, you touch millions of people. And I think that's the problem of social media, but that may also be the solution, because little by little people will learn to manage and to find the truth between that news, which are not exactly news, but that false informations, and the real ones.
One of the participants of the social media, fake news and online manipulation calls for formation of policies to mitigate the spread of fake news.
Who can implement laws and they also can put laws in place that can fight the problem of fake news through strengthening their media instruments. For example, putting policies and some regulations on the use of social media. I think if they can follow up, if someone posts some fake news and is followed up,
Now in sports news, 10 cyclists have completed 580 kilometers ride to mark the International Bamboo Day that started from the Equator at Kayawe along the Kampala-Masaka Highway and went all the way to the panoramic Kisoro district. The organizer, Nuldin Kasoma, said that the 4 days back-breaking venture, codenamed Bugatti, started September 15th and ended September 19th. Last year, the riders were ferried back to Kampala using public transport. Tires burst on the tarmac roads during the reeking daylight and scared them from speeding huge trucks on the highway. Kasoma said this time round, they used dirt trucks that snake through villages that enable them to tour rural Uganda and reach potential benefactors from the miracle grass. It was another form of domestic tourism. This time round, there were 7 participants laden with bamboo shoots which they planted in every place they spent a night, dined, or had a health break. They encouraged planting of bamboo grass to fight poverty. Kasoma adds that like France and Rwanda, biking is going to attract an exodus of participants in future. It is a source of income and environment friendly. This is the 3rd time Bugali participants celebrate the annual day in the same style, and biking tourism has been steadily gaining popularity internationally. The TAF team comprised of Jonathan Musoke, Samuel Mwanje, Michael Kasejera, Medi Kulabako, Augustine Nionzima, and Kasoma, the team leader. You're still watching New Vision TV, and now for Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at the Kabaka's Lake. It is the largest man-made lake in Uganda, formed on the orders of King Mwanga II from 1885 to 1888. The Kabaka's Lake is situated in Ndeba, Rubaga, Kampala district. The lake is surrounded by scenic beauty with 2 islands in the middle. Now, different species of birds, rare aquatic animals, and plants grace this royal lake. Let's have a look. The Kabaka's Lake is situated in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, but a few kilometers from the city center. It is also a few minutes' drive from Bulange Mengo. It is the largest man-made lake in Uganda, surrounded by scenic beauty with 2 islands in the middle. The lake was developed as a sanctuary for hundreds of rare aquatic animals and plants. It also has birds of over 10 species. These attract hundreds of tourists from outside countries and even those from within the country. The unusual aspect of this lake is that without any major tributaries, the water levels of this lake almost remain constant throughout the year. This lake attracts lots of people and tourists who frequent the place to have a glimpse of the scenic beauty and the surrounding places. The environment around the lake is beautiful. The 2 small islands in the middle make it more beautiful. And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more updates on your mobile, on your desktop, on your tablet, anywhere on the go by visiting www.newvision.co.ug. I am Lynn Komjisha.